Hey y'all, it's me, Cody. Welcome to the CodiKnits podcast. I'm not sure what episode this is. Oh, Diamond is here. The little diamond dog. Hey, say hello. So, I am in my new apartment. Things are still getting set up and everything, but I got my yarn out. I got some of my stuff here set up, and this is my spare room slash office slash yarn room. Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm really enjoying being here. Finally got my mattress and box springs. It was supposed to come August 2nd originally, and then they called me that morning and said, oh, it's not at the warehouse, moved it to the 4th, and then apparently there was some confusion about the delivery time, and so no one ever brought it, and I was not happy about that. And then they told me, oh, well, they're not going to be able to bring it until just yesterday, the 14th, 15th. And I was like, well, if it's on the truck, why can't you bring it today, So anyway, if they had not brought it yesterday, I was going to go to the store and just get a refund, because it was not that it was delayed because of COVID issues. It was originally delayed because they didn't have it in that particular warehouse, and then they said bring it Wednesday. I was fine with that. Keep in mind, I bought this mattress on the week of the 4th of July, and I was like, there's no point in delivering it when I'm gonna move in August. So I just had they were supposed to have it delivered the day I moved in. So anyway, it wasn't a COVID issue, it was a Mattress Firm delivery people issue. So I was pretty annoyed, but I slept on it last night and it was wonderful. So, and then I have gotten some bookshelves, and I have them put together, and I got all my books out, and they're on display, and it's nice, and I'm excited. My desk is all set up, everything like that. This room still needs either a day bed or a futon kind of thing in it, because I do want people to be able to, if I have a guest or a company, they can sleep in here, like if my mom comes to visit or something. And then my bike is in here as well, but they do have some really cool bike mount, wall mount things, and I might get something like that, and instead of having art on this wall here is the wall that the bed would go on, I could put that over the futon, as but then again, I'm probably going to be using it a lot, so especially in September, so I don't know what I'm going to do with it. It's hard. I don't like to keep it outside on the balcony because I don't want it to rust and stuff, but yeah, I may just leave it sitting in front of the closet. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but anyway. And then my mentor for that, one of my teachers I've known forever, since I was a baby nurse, and she is retiring, and she actually lives further south Georgia, but she works up here in Atlanta at a school, and she's retiring from teaching and everything. And so she rented a house up here the last few years, and since she's retiring, she no longer needs to rent the house, so she has furniture available. And there's a beautiful bedroom suite there. It's a cherry wood bedroom suite. And it's the bed, the end tables. It's got a tall dresser, and then a longer dresser with a mirror. that all match, and she's given me that, and a couch and a TV stand, and a couple rugs and stuff like that that I needed. So that's coming on next Sunday. And then I think once that gets here, it'll really feel a lot more homey. Right now, I feel like it's not home yet, because like my clothes and stuff like that, like the hanging up clothes are in the closet, but like stuff that goes in a drawer, you know, those kind of things are still in like plastic tubs or whatever. What? She's wanting all the loving. So and those are just like in the floor where the things will go, you know, if that makes sense. And I do have a recliner that my mom gave me. I bought a little cover for that, so I've been sitting in that, and I have like 2 little end tables that go in and a coffee table that all match. And one of the end tables right now I have in the bedroom next to the bed, and then one I have next to the recliner. So it's fine. And I have the TV right now set up on the TV is set up on the coffee table. So yeah, anyway, everything's unpacked. Everything, I do have now another pile of boxes to take to the recycling, but yeah, there's probably a few more like decorative things I'm gonna want to get, but yeah, I think once like the couch gets here and she's also giving me a dining room table, things like that, it's gonna feel a lot more comfortable. So I'm excited. I really like the neighborhood. There's a path that goes down, and I can go and actually walk, run, or cycle by the river, and it's lovely. I love that so much. And yeah, I'm really happy. I'm not completely happy with the my bookshelves, the way they're set up at the moment, but it's fine. I'm still deciding kind of like where I want things and how I want them to be arranged and things like that. So I was just looking at them. And I'm actually getting rid of a lot of books. There's a place called Second and Charles, I think is what it's called. And I think you can go and take your books, and they can give you like some store credit for, you know, good used books. So if not, then I'm going to take them and donate them, and I may take some of them anyway and donate them up to the infusion center. So they have a little library for patients to choose from that they can read, books to read or whatnot. But anyway, waffle. Oh, if you don't watch my DNP vlogs, I finished summer semester finally. It was a rough one. 3 summer classes is a lot, but ended up, I made all A's for the summer. Tuesday, classes start back. Well, technically, it's intensives day, so we go and like, I guess it kind of is like the first day of class for everything. And then the next week is when classes officially start, and my TA job will start. I'm teaching like a new freshman like orientation kind of class, and I guess their idea is to have, you know, graduate students and doctoral students lead these classes. It's not really teaching a lot, it's just, yeah. But to let people see, like, this is where you could do, this is what you could do as a nurse, or whatever, you know, different things like that. So that starts up next week. So it's been nice to have a couple of weeks to kind of move and kind of get settled in. But yeah, it's gonna pick up again. But yeah, it ended really well. I'm glad it's over. Whew. So I have done some knitting, and I wanted to share with you. I've actually finished a couple of things recently, and I can get to use these. So let's see here. Put them on this so you can kind of see. Probably should have did this before I started. Sorry, not prepared. But I finished some socks. These are for me. I love this blue color. Also, sorry if the lighting is kind of dull. I'm gonna have to get some better lights, like a daylight lights or something. But anyway, there's that. So I did 64 stitches. I did a 1x1 rib. I think it's a twisted rib. And then I did a fish lips kiss heel. And I love the umbrella toe from that Kay Jones does. And this is it's a vanilla latte sock is the pattern. I can't remember who it's by, but it's on Ravelry, and it's either like really cheap, like $1, or it's free. But yeah, I really like it. Really love these. I've been saving them in the bag with the yarn so that I would remember. Put those back. So I kept this in my little naughty knitting sacks. The naughty is on the inside. But yeah, so the yarn, I knit these on my ChowGoo needles, my favorite. ChowGoo red lace, US 1 or 2.25 millimeters. But this was from Trilogy Yarns. It was a one-of-a-kind colorway, I believe. Hold on, let me make sure. Sock set, yeah, one-of-a-kind. And it's just this beautiful light blue, and then it had the matching, even lighter blue yarn, mini skein, and I absolutely love it. I could probably knit another pair of socks, like some shorty socks out of this, if I get a different contrast yarn. But yeah, it's so soft. It's 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and yeah, Trilogy Yarns. Love me some Nancy from Trilogy Yarn. I love her yarn. And I was gonna show you, I bought her Christmas in July advent calendar, and that was a lot of fun. But I currently have you propped up on the box that those mini skeins are in, so I will try to show those off next time. But yeah, I really, really love these. They're soft, they're washed, they're blocked. Oh, they smell so good. So yeah, whenever it's been like it was almost 100 degrees yesterday here in Georgia. It's been in the 90s, mid-upper 90s, which isn't uncommon for Georgia in the summer. But yes, it was really humid yesterday too. But I kind of feel like I live in Florida here lately, because every afternoon it rains. It's like a little thunderstorm. The other thing is I spent some time with my niece recently, and she wanted me to knit her some hats and stuff. And I knit this hat. I let her pick out a couple things of yarn from Michaels, and this is one of them. So this was definitely like a chunky, it was from Lion Brand, so I can tell you. Lion Brand yarn, hometown. It had, what's it called? Providence Pink, Rose Providence. It's 100% acrylic. It's super bulky. And yeah, so I knit this fun little pattern. I can't remember the name of the pattern. It escapes me. Sorry, I can't remember the name of the pattern, but I do have it. So if anyone is interested, you can shoot me a message. Probably best on Instagram. I'm Cody_knits on Instagram, and Cody spelled with an I. So yeah, and I just made a pom-pom to go on top of it, and I had plenty of yarn for this. I think I did modify the pattern a little bit. You were supposed to do one more of these like garter slip stitch repeat kind of things, but because it's supposed to be pretty slouchy, but I thought it was getting kind of big for my niece, and that's pretty much how it's gonna look. So yeah, I thought this was more than big enough. So yeah, there you go. And the pom-pom I make with the little pom-pom makers, and I tie them on the inside just with a bow, and that way they can come off if they don't want the pom-pom, but also if they want to wash it, you can take the pom-pom off, throw it in the washer, and then tie the pom-pom back on. But yeah, so that was fun. It really it took me a couple of days to knit it because the needles are so big. It was a lot of movement, and it just didn't flow easy like knitting some other weight yarns. But it's a big chunky, bulky weight hat. I mean, I expected that, but yeah, it was fun. So that's all that I've like finished. That's like a completely finished object. But what I've mostly been knitting over the month or two since I've seen you is I've been working on my my blanket. This was from my advent calendar last Christmas, from Nancy, Trilogy Yarns. Hey Nancy. And it's from A Little Nitty I Quit To lap blanket, and this was included in the advent calendar. So I'll show you. I've marked all the ones that I've done since the last podcast with a little stitch marker. So let's pull these out here. There is a nice big stack. I'm so close to having all of them knit. So exciting. So I've knit 4 of these. I mean, I don't want to show each individual one. I will be here all day, but I've knit 4, these 4, and all the ends are woven in. That's a rule I have with knitting these, is when I finish I have to sew in the ends. And then 4 of these 4, knit those. And if you couldn't tell from the picture, it's kind of like a pinwheely type of blanket. And these 4 of these. And I knit 2 of these. I have 4 of them, but you saw the 2 of these prior. And these 2. Oh, my battery's gonna die soon on my phone. So I knit 2 of these, but there's 4 of them. And I've knit 3 of these, and I'm halfway done with the 4th. I just broke the yarn, and it's time to do the other side. So I'm knitting these on my interchangeable Chow set. This is 3.25 millimeters. But yeah, I just have really enjoyed knitting on these. So I've knit a total of 17.5 squares since the last time I seen you. But yeah, I have all of these. So it's 4, 8, 12, 16, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. So I've done 43 and a half of the squares. And I only have these 2 left. So these 2 mini skeins left. So once I finish this other one, I have 4 more squares to knit. And then I have this beautiful full skein of yarn to knit a border. But before the border can happen, once I finish knitting them all, I will block them all and then figure out how to sew them all together. So yeah, that's been really fun. Let me make sure I don't need to get the right colors out. I've just kind of been keeping them all in here and organized, at least somewhat together. So yeah, I've been having a good time with those. And I have this in a Christmas bag because it was a Christmas advent calendar. This is a bag from Bags by Awesome Granny, and I love her bags. They're really, I think, affordable. They're soft, squishy. They always have a fun zipper, one of these little thingies, and a fun little lining to match. So yeah, go check her out too. So that's really all I've been knitting. I wanted to tell you about a few books I've been reading, and then that's pretty much all I got left. I did kind of a life update at the beginning and wasted a lot of time there, so you kind of know what's been going on. This is I feel very out of practice. I feel weird doing it. So anyway, I have read a few books. I read this book, The Lost Apothecary. I finished this in the month of July. This was a really cute book. It's less than 300 pages, I think. Yeah, it's like 300 pages. I highly recommend it. I had a good time with this. It kind of goes back and forth in time, and it's very, it's got 3 female lead characters, and they're really strong leads. So I don't want to I don't want to tell you. I'm just going to read to you what it's about because I don't want to give it away, and if I tell you, I'm afraid I'll spoil something. But in the little flap it says, hidden in the depths of the 18th century London, a secret apothecary shop caters to an unusual kind of clientele. Women across the city whisper of a mysterious figure named Nella, who sells well-disguised poisons to use against the oppressive men in their lives. Nella's dark world is no place for her newest patron, a precocious 12-year-old girl named Eliza. But their unexpected bond sparks a string of consequences that echoes through the centuries. 200 years later, aspiring historian Caroline discovers an aged apothecary vial in the River Thames. As she is newly grappling with searing betrayal of her husband's infidelity, a curious research project is exactly the distraction Caroline needs. But when she discovers a link between the vial and London's long unsolved apothecary murders, Caroline's upended present soon collides with an explosive history binding her fate to Nella and Eliza's in a stunning twist that transcends the barrier of time. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed this book. One of my good friends, Katie, bought me this for my birthday this past year, and I had to read it. I loved it. I read it in one day, I believe, or a couple of days. It didn't take long because you just kept wanting to read and see what was going on. And again, the writing was good. It wasn't boring. You kind of go from, Miss Nella and Eliza, and then you come to present day and Caroline's, and then you see some things connect. And it's really cool. So yeah, definitely go check that out. I also listened on audiobook. It's called Sweep of the Blade. It's the 4th book in the Innkeeper Chronicles by I don't know how to, I think it's Ilona, or it's either Ilona or Iona Andrews. And yeah, it was really a fun little like sci-fi adventure-y kind of book. Kirby got me kind of listening to those books, so I listened to that. I think this book was like an 8-hour book, so it didn't take a long time, but it was great to listen to while you're unpacking boxes and things like that. So yeah, I finished that. Definitely a fun little adventure there. I'm currently reading A Conjuring of Light by V.E. Schwab, and I'm loving this book. I love this series. Everyone needs to go read this. It's a fantasy series. And I don't want to give it away, and I'm really bad about explaining things. So they live in London, and there's 4 Londons, and there's special people called Antari who, and magic is present in some Londons and not in others, and not everybody has magic. But then there is special people called Antari who can kind of who are very strong magicians, and they can actually traverse between the different Londons. And it's not confusing once you get reading the book. It's not a whole lot of like, how do you keep up? It's not that difficult. It's got a great storyline. A lot of people say this is a great place to go from transitioning from like a YA fantasy to an adult fantasy. So some people might even say it's more YA than adult. There's not a lot of adulty, rated R stuff in there, but there's, blood and stuff like that with an adventure, and it's really fun, and I love it. I love the covers. I love all of the spines are all matching up on my set, and I need to finish it. I don't want it to end, so I haven't read it, but I want to know how it's going to end, but I don't want it to be over. But I need to hurry up and finish it because I'm supposed to buddy read this book with a couple of friends, The House on the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. I hate when books do this. The cover doesn't go to the end, but yeah. Anyway, The House on the Cerulean Sea. I don't really know anything about it because I haven't read it, but I know I've heard other, booktubers talk about it, and they absolutely love it. But it says Linus Baker is a by-the-book caseworker in a department in charge of magical youth. At 40, he lives in a tiny house with a devious cat and his old records for company. But his quiet life is about to change. Linus is summoned by extremely upper management and given a curious and highly classified assignment. Travel to an orphanage on a distant island and determine whether 6 dangerous magical children are so dangerous, in fact, that they're likely to bring out the end of days. When Linus arrives at that strangest of islands, he's greeted by a series of mysterious figures, the greatest mystery of which Arthur, the master of the orphanage. The greatest mystery of which is Arthur Parnassus. I don't know how to say that. The master of the orphanage. As Linus and Arthur grew closer, Linus discovers the master would do anything to keep his children safe, even if it means the world has to burn. Or worse, his secret comes to light. The House on the Cerulean Sea is an enchanting love story masterfully told about the profound experience of discovering an unlikely family in an unexpected place and realizing that family is yours. So, yeah. I really think this is going to be a really cute book. I think I'm going to really love it. Yeah, I can't wait to read it. So, and then school starts too, so my reading time is going to go down. But, yeah, that's what's on my most recent next to read book list. I have plenty of books. I tried listening to this, actually started it on audiobook, but I didn't like the author's voice, so I don't think I could read it, finish reading it via audiobook, which I was hoping. So I started listening to A Girl on the Train. Who is that? By Paula Hawkins or something like that. Yeah, Paula Hawkins, I think. It's a mystery thriller. It's been fun. Again, it's one of those great unpacking books. You know, you can listen to the story while you're, cleaning, arranging, unpacking, that kind of stuff. So, yeah, that one actually, I only have a few more hours left on that book too. So, I know. So, Diamond is telling me that it is time for her to go OUT and and do her thing. So I'm going to sign off here, and because my battery's going to die soon anyway. But I wanted to get this filmed before school and everything started back, and things kind of got crazy again. And I actually had some decent background to sit behind me and all that kind of stuff. So I hope you are all doing really well. Please, 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 please take care of yourself. Be safe out there. Wear your mask. And stay safe, stay healthy. And yeah, until next time, we'll see you later. Right, Diamond? Oh, are you rotten? You're rotten. You want to tell everyone goodbye? Can you say goodbye? Can you tell them? Say goodbye. Cheerio. Cheerio, but be back soon. I don't know, somehow I'll miss you. Remember our old tune and be back soon. Anyway, I'll see you later. Bye.